A message I was getting a lot today was you have to heal, feel in order for it to be real. Take that however it resonates. There's just a lot of intense emotions right now, I think, amongst the collective, amongst a lot of people in the world. I think the more curious you are about yourself, that is when you will find more parts of yourself, or that's when this energy will start to make some sense. Because I feel like there is a lot of clarity energy coming to the forefront, and there's also a lot of unknown amongst the clarity. So that's where you could be feeling some resistance in your body right now, in your life right now. A lot of chance encounters. There's just a lot of opportunity energy that I feel right now. And I also feel this energy of self-discovery coming through. Like major self-discovery in relation to sexuality. So take that how it resonates. And we can talk about that maybe another time. But take that how it resonates for you. Because it's kind of coming up for me right now. And it's like, I've always known who I am. Like, I've always known. It's just a matter of leaning more into who you're scared to become. You know? And sometimes who or what we fear is oftentimes the thing that's going to set us free. And I just encourage you to lean more into you and be more curious about you. And if you have a partner right now, messages of like love are coming through. Be more curious about your partner. Stop questioning them and be more curious about them. I think communication is coming up right now in terms of shedding old ways of how you used to communicate, or what you thought was normal, what you thought was regular, what you grew up with, and now realizing that like, yeah, no, that's not how healthy people communicate. That's not how I'm supposed to communicate in a relationship. That's just not how. You know, it's the energy of shedding identities while also realizing that, damn, this version of self I've been being, that's not how it's supposed to be. It's just this energy of letting go of the that's not how, and leaning more into this is what is. And I think for a lot of this collective, leaning into the what is difficult for you because of how comfortable you've been in the this is not how energy. And it takes practice really stepping into a new version of self. It takes practice being comfortable in a new version of you. And we all have our own fears as to why it's hard for us to show up as our most authentic self, or why it feels so suffocating to just claim you publicly, freely, out loud. You know, we all have our own fears in relation to that, and our own reasonings as to why we are unable or in the process of becoming a new version of self. And I'm here to tell you, like, they're valid. You know, your fears of living your truth, maybe coming out the closet for some people, it's valid. It's very valid, babe. Like, I'm not about to sit here and tell you, oh, just come out the closet, who cares? Come out. But come out, though. Because you suppressing who you are is running from your true identity. You know? And that's with anything, you know, not even with sexuality, but that's a main message that's coming through right now. And it's just kind of like, yo, you have to accept yourself, my love. And even if the people who are supposed to love you the most don't accept you, don't recognize the light in you, that's just kind of life. You know, and I don't have anything to say in relation to that, except that's just life. People are not going to accept you for everything you want to do, everyone or whoever you want to become, or whoever you feel as though is your truth. People aren't going to accept that. And it's because people, they don't accept themselves. We walk around in a society where people, you know, they just don't show up as the best version of themselves every day. They don't show up being exactly who they want to be. And they watch other people live their life being who they want to be, and instead of allowing that to inspire them, it triggers them more into suppression, you know. And that's where the projection comes in. People not accepting you for you just being you is because they're not accepting a part of themselves that wants to shine. And a lot of people don't know how to break out of the conditioning of doing that. A lot of people just don't know how to break out of the conditioning of not being themselves. And there are people who are on this planet who will be stuck in that loop of, I wish I could just be myself. I wish I could do this. I wish, instead of just embodying it. And another channel that came through today was, we're all living to die. You know, that's just the fact of life. That's a fact. And it shouldn't scare you. It shouldn't make you sad. It's just kind of a part of this experience that we all signed up to do and be a part of. And you have to, I'm not going to tell you to make the most out of every day, because, you know, you're human. You're going to feel different feelings every day. You're not going to want to do some of the things that you did yesterday or the week before. Like, you're just not going to want to do that. You're not going to want to. And I do want to tell you, though, to just cherish every moment that you have. You know, just cherish every moment. You don't have to wake up and live every single day chasing after your goals, striving to be seen, recognized. Like, you don't have to do that, especially when you know that what's over your life is meant for you. You, at some point, have to stop striving for what it is that you want and start embracing that it's already yours, because you're striving for it, because you're working towards it. Like, there are some people who want things and they don't work towards it. But you're someone who wants something and actively works towards it and actively doubts if it's ever going to come into your life. You actively doubt if this dream life is going to find you. You actively doubt if you're doing the correct things, if you're making the correct decisions, because of the lack of movement in your 3D. And Lovey, like, be for real with your life right now. Be for real with your life. Do you know how much work you put in on yourself, on your vision, this past year and a half, this past year? Truthfully, it's the first of the month. Give yourself a round of applause. You made it to August, dude. God, you made it to fucking August. Can't believe it's August already. But it's like, even that, you know, we're all living to die. And life never stops. Time never stops. It's never going to stop. Not because you're scared to be yourself, not because you don't want to pursue the life that is for you. Life isn't going to stop to meet you where you're at, right? Life doesn't care. Time doesn't care. It's going to keep going. But you, my darling, are there's just something so uniquely interesting about you and your energy. And I wish you could understand how I feel right now, so you can know that I'm not bullshitting, bro. You know, ever since I started doing, you know, channeled reads, I've felt, you know, a lot of intense energy, because I know I get channeled messages and energy from the collective. It's not mine, but it's a part of the mission that I chose to take on, because I am someone who is a guide who can channel all of that energy into words, so you can hear and purge out, heal, transcend whatever that it is that you're experiencing, because that's the energy I'm picking up on. So it's been a little rough, you know, energetically for a little bit, but I'm learning, like I said yesterday in my channel read, I'm learning how to balance my energy. I found home base for me and what it feels like to feel good in my own energy, so I can recognize the difference between y'all's energy and mine. And I have just felt so free and calm these past couple of days. And I even, in my Discord, I have people, they're like, yeah, do you feel calm? You feel like free? It's this energy of just like clarity that's over them. And I absolutely resonate with that. And I want you to understand that, like, there's no one in this world like you. There's no one who can do what you do. There's no one who can be you. There's just no one who can replicate your energy, right? And you could struggle with looks, that just came up, like looks, or feeling like there's always gonna be someone more attractive than you, or there's always gonna be a better option than you. And it's like, I just want you to know that you're not in competition with anyone. Like, there's no competition. Competition doesn't need to exist in your reality. You create the competition, right? Like, you create this lack of fulfillment in your own life, right? By viewing yourself through a different lens than how the world views you. I feel like you're someone who views yourself as very small when the world looks at you as very big. Like, your energy, your aura, your light, your looks, your beauty, your charm, your wisdom, it speaks for itself. You carry an energy that it speaks for itself. You don't really have to say too much. You don't have to do too much to be seen. And I think that's what it is. That's what it is. You live in a world where you constantly see people doing too much, being extra, showing everything about themselves, telling everything about themselves, overly doing it. You live in a world where we see people overly doing it. And you feel like a part of you feels like you have to overly do it too. You have to show up as much as they show up. You have to do as much as they do. You have to be as much as they. It's like this veil in between you and the life that you want is your perception of you and how you need to show up in the world. You don't need to be like these people because you're not these people. You don't have to show up like these people because you're not these people. You're not. That is your value. Your value is the energy that's intangible. It's intangible. And you got to understand that the less you do, the more recognition you're going to get. And I know it's the opposite to how we have been conditioned to be. The more you get, the more you do, the more we're going to recognize you. But that's just not the case. Picking up on a lot of past life energy, you have worked a lot. You've lived a lot of lives, some that were warriors. I pick up on this like really strong energy right now. You could have been like a warrior in a past life, a fighter in a past life, sort of ninja. Like, you've lived a lot of lives that involved you working, just constantly working. And in this life, you're not meant to do that. And you're pulled towards the soft life. You're pulled towards the desire to not work is so valid because you're not supposed to. And I feel like you live in a state of guilt or shame because of that desire to not work, because this society that we live in rewards work and it rewards just doing and overextending yourself. And I feel like even though you say you want a soft life, you still hustle in the back end. Like, I want a soft life. I don't want to have to do work, but like, you still always work. You're still always showing up. And that's the disconnect. That's the resistance you feel in your body. Because if you want a soft life, now you got to act like the soft life is already yours. Do bare minimum. That's what you meant to do. You're not meant to be a worker. That's a download I got today. I'm a horrible worker. Every single job I've had, I never put in a 2 weeks notice. It was always some BS. Coworkers start beefing. I'm out next day. I'm not doing this. I'm not playing with y'all. What we got going on? The energy's weird. This is before I was even spiritually aware. I'm like, yo, this energy is weird, it's off, this is not for me. I'm a horrible worker. I don't like being told what to do, especially when you're telling me to do something that is like, I struggled with getting tasks and then completing the task in a shorter amount of time than I was supposed to complete the task. And then it was like, oh, well, you can just, just find something else to do, frolic. I worked at CVS. I worked at Sears, if you know what Sears is, before they closed. I worked as a camp counselor. Like, I've done a lot of jobs. I've been a worker, per se, my whole life, and I knew it wasn't for me when I was in it. There are people who love getting up and going to work. Like my dad, he loves getting up and going to work. He likes making money. I love making money, but I don't want to slave for it. He don't care. That money wants to be made. He need that bread. He gonna go get it. He's working 2 jobs since I was little, doing the same thing, and he enjoys that. But I'm talking to someone who doesn't enjoy that. You're not meant to be a worker. You're meant to be a guide. You're a leader. You're meant to give direction. You are not meant to take direction and shrink. You are meant to give direction so others can expand. You're a guide. Just heard prophet, a visionary. There's so many things, there's so many intricacies to you. You're too multidimensional to do anything typical or traditional. I had an interview yesterday. And even in my interview yesterday, I don't want to say too much, but it's not about getting my hopes up. It's just this feeling I have. And I got a little feeling. I went in for an interview yesterday. And there's a potential bigger role that I was offered. And it's interesting to me because as I was even in the interview, I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this. Like, I really don't know if I want to do this. I really don't think I do. But then I was given a different opportunity for putting myself in a position that I didn't want to be in. That I didn't really, and even like, I forget why I even started saying the interview, why I even mentioned the interview, which is so like interesting because I felt the need to say it. And then the thought right after disappeared. So maybe it's not significant. I'm going to have to rewatch this. And then when I rewatch it, I'm going to be like, yeah, I knew exactly what I wanted to say. Damn. Nonetheless, though, you are meant to live the life you want to live. You just have to believe that you are worthy of living it. And it's just that simple. The person you want to be with, the partner you want to be with, they keep wanting me to talk about sexuality in this video. Bisexual came up. Like, you deserve to just be you. And if they don't understand it, they don't understand it. That's what it is. You deserve to be you, multidimensional. That's what I was saying about the interview yesterday. Because when I was in my interview, he was like, I'm not going to lie. If you were a prosecutor, I would be terrified. Because I'm an in-person person. And I can talk very well. I know how to carry myself. I just have this stoic energy to me in person. And he's like, if you were a prosecutor, I would be terrified. And I was like, yeah, I considered it. I went to school for criminal justice, concentration in legal studies. I did that. I really considered it. And then I realized I'm too multidimensional to just be one thing. Being a lawyer would take up all of my time. Take up a lot. I don't want to do that. I don't. Like, I literally just don't want to do that. I recognize the light in me. I recognize that I'm too multidimensional to just classify as one thing just because I'm good at this one particular thing. Just because you're good at communication doesn't mean that you need to be a public speaker, or you need to be in front of the camera, or you need to be doing one thing in order to highlight what it is that you're good at, especially if you have all these other things that you're great at too. And it's not even about finding a way to mix them all together. It's just about finding a way to find more parts of you so you can attract more parts of you. You can attract more pieces to the puzzle that you are putting together inside. It's like from the inside out. The more you find and discover about yourself, the more that will send out a frequency of you. You'll start living in your natural frequency, which will attract more people who are in resonance with that frequency. And you just gotta, I just heard stay down, but it's not even about staying down till you come up, because I feel like you already up. Fix your words, fix your language at this time. Instead of saying, oh, stay down till we come up, stay down till we come up. Nah, you already up. Just stay down. Watch what we do. Watch what you do. Because it's just, I get this, like I said in my video yesterday, it's just new energy. It's a lot of new energy that I feel. And it's a lot of clarity, but there's a lot of things that are not understood either. There's a lot of unknown in the midst of the clarity. So do your best at this time to just stay grounded. Stay grounded. And really reflect. I think we're in a Mercury retrograde right now, so you know how that be. Reflect on who it is that you're being, and if who it is that you're being is in alignment with the life that you want. From a working standpoint, from a sexual standpoint, just from a frequency standpoint. And if it's not, change it. No need to shame yourself. You just got to change it. And lean more into you. That's literally it. Lean more into you. Because when you do that, I just feel like that's when the world is going to expand. When you're just more open and honest about yourself and your desires. And open and honest about what you've been doing and how you've been living in relation to these desires. I think that's when the world will kind of collapse. It will shift to meet you where you're at. And if this is your first time seeing me, what's up? It's your girl Mo. Act like you know. I didn't even introduce myself. Hey girl. Hey guy. But yeah, you definitely needed to hear this message today. I don't believe in coincidences. So if you clicked on this video and, you know, it resonated with you, or you shifted the paradigm maybe, that's what my intention is with all my videos, is to just make people think. It's to get people thinking. And you deserve, I'm looking at post your content today as well. Ground yourself, take a break, let go to attract better, and true love, upright at the top of the deck. Oh, and we got the union is near, and book a call today, upright as well, clairaudience. So very spiritually gifted, very spiritually in tune. You've seen the numbers as soon as I said that. I told you I wasn't gonna say them, but 2222. So you know who you are. You just gotta own it. And that's what I feel like it is. It's not even a message of like, you need to figure out who you are. No, you already know who you are. That's why you found me. You know exactly who you are. You just need to own that shit now and be unapologetic about it. Like, so unapologetic. Oh my God, I have something in my fucking eye. You just gotta be so unapologetic. This is crazy, sorry. Like, you know, you get something in your eye, you just like can't focus. I did my makeup, so I can't even like rub it. Okay, we got it. Fuck. Jesus. All right. But yeah, you just gotta own who you are at this point. Because I feel like the only person that's stopping you is you. I feel like God, the universe, whoever you believe in, has already given you permission to be the biggest version of yourself. They've already given you permission to step into. Not even to be, but to step into. And once you step into, like I said, opportunity energy, like once you get the opportunity to fully be yourself, express yourself in the way that you see fit to the correct people who will recognize that light in you, oh, I don't even want to, I can't even imagine who you're going to be. I can't even imagine who you're going to become because of that. Because I feel like what's been missing from your life is support, but support in the way that you need it, right? I feel like people have given you support, but not in the way that you are designed to receive it. Like I said, that soul family, that soul tribe is coming in. I'm feeling called to pull a card real quick from this deck. They're coming in. Most definitely. Yep, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. We right here. Dance with life, do something to change your energy, and highly empathetic. Like I said, sensitives, get grounded. Let's pull one more. Oh, got 3. The initiation, rite of passage, you're crossing the threshold. Pillar of light, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. What did I tell y'all? And you're breaking the chain, that ancestral pattern, healing, rewriting the future. It's time to come out the cave. It's time to leap. Time to take that leap of faith, baby. It's time to take that leap of faith. That's what you need to do. And if you need to align your frequency, if you want to get into that feeling state of owning your power, of resting in your power, of feeling safe in your power, that's why I create my custom guides for people like you who want to rest and feel comfortable in their power, who have been conditioned to not live from their power, but have been conditioned to fear it. Your power is nothing to fear, my love. Your power is meant to awaken. And you will be the first person that it awakens when you tap into it and get safe enough to rest in it. Like I said, you are not meant to be a worker. You are a leader, meant to guide, meant to give direction, meant to make decisions for expansion. Not only for your expansion, for the expansion of all. So if you want to tap into that feeling state, tap in. I make my custom guides for that. The link is in my bio. I recommend Mogul's mini method for the newly awakened who need, some insight on definitions, frequency, vibration, energy, who want a simpler approach to this game of life and how to tap into the feeling state. Or I recommend Mogul's method, which is a more advanced approach where we get into spiritual laws, and I give you 7 of them, what you're experiencing when you're in alignment with them, when you're not in alignment, and how to get in alignment with them. And the entire guide is an application. It's a step-by-step application of what it is, why it works, and how to apply it. Because the thing about life is that, especially in relation to spiritual law, like I said in my video yesterday, I think it's not really about figuring out if this works or not. It's about applying it and then watching life to meet you where the application is, period, point blank, And I write from my perspective. If you enjoy my perspective, it's just like another stream of my consciousness in guide form. So take it how it resonates. If you want to book a call with the kid, you need clarity, a reading, I'm here. I'm always here. And yeah, like you just tap in. Leap of faith. That's the name of this video. The leap of faith. Take the leap of faith. Leap of faith. Fuck it. Take the leap of faith, my love. You deserve to be seen and recognized for being you. And when you recognize yourself, that's when the world will recognize you. So I gotta put this bottom mascara on, but I love you so much. It's your Mo. I let you know that this is your show. So let's go. Okay? Let's go. Take that leap. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video.